So in week 13 folder, you've got to grab it because we need to catch up from there. There's a lesson resources folder, grab that and the document, and we're going to go through that. But I'm just going to go back to the, we'll have to try and work as quickly as we can. Did I ask you guys to go do it anyway? I think that's what I said, wasn't it? Did anyone go and do it? Okay, so no one's actually done it, so alright. Let's do it. I'll just show you what we've got to do in a short space of time, so we've got to work fairly quickly. You might have to go do some homework. In fact, I would suggest you go and do week 2 when I drop it, which is on Blackboard at the moment. So what we've got to do is get through all this stuff as quickly as possible. Today we're going to, because we're here, right, week 14, we've got to get through all this stuff first. So what we're going to do today is get the platformer started, we'll get the character jumping, we'll block out the platformers, we'll script one game state hopefully, and we should have some pickups. So we'll just sort of, we're scattered around a bit, just to kind of cram it all together. On the G drive, there is this document here, which will go through what we need to do. We'll create a new scene. It's got to be of type TD, so make sure you do that when you build one. We're going to import this asset called 2D, or a package called 2D, which will bring in this character here and some basic building blocks to build a platformer. We're going to hook up a camera to follow the player. We'll add the extents, we'll add a kill zone. We might have time to look at this tile sheet, but I might skip forward and go to adding the coins and the UI, but I doubt it. We'll just have to go and see how we go. But at the end of this you add, let's have a look. Once you've added the extents to the scene so the character doesn't fall off the scene, we add the kill zone, which resets the player if they fall through the floor. We'll learn how to use this tile mapper so we can build a scene using tiles, and we'll also be able to use platforms as well, which you turn off, which are the white things. We'll add the ability to pick up coins and sound effects. We'll add the scoring UI, learn how to use non-regular colliders, and the door key combo. So pick up the key, opens the door, you win. So we'll just have to see how far we get, but let's just get started on the first part, which is to build the scene. I'll just shut that down there. So go to Unity, create a new scene, so new, find a good spot to put it. I'm going to go put mine on the G drive under progress, no, week 13 in class Tuesday morning. I'm going to put mine there, call it platformer. And before you press anything, make sure it's in 2D mode. So 2D mode will make the camera orthogonal, and the sprites or the textures will come into sprites. So go ahead and create that project. And while I'm waiting for that, let's just have a look at actually two things. Let's have a look at what you need to do as homework. You need to start a new blog, or add a new article to your blog, which is to research 2D platformers. Okay, and if we look at the assignment, I've just put another game design document there. What we need to track through is research the 2D platformer and create a design document, incorporate your assets into the game and submit a playable game. And it's the same as before. So the first task is about finding the trend in platformers, research the history and successes of the and failures to determine what makes a successful game, and design a new idea based on a commercially viable idea. Create a marketing message to build an audience, which is the tagline and the elevator pitch, and then journal the whole thing on the blog. And you want to do timelines this time, work out how long it's going to take you to draw sprites and stuff. With the assets to build the game, you'll use mine to start with, add scripts, and then you'll finally put your own graphics in. And then we continue to develop it till it's bug free, and then we'll do a bug fix, polish, then release if we have time. Hopefully we'll just get it so your animated characters in there. let's have a look at Aladdin video game of one way to create graphics. Okay, so if I go to the map, which is around here somewhere, I should really drop this on the G drive. Video game level map. Here, this is a good one. Alright, so this one, you draw the entire piece of artwork in Photoshop using patterns and stuff like that to replicate, you know, common objects. And then the idea is the game will zoom in to a certain part of the map and you'll play from there. Alright, so you'll see something like this on the screen and you'll scroll across with your character and you'll jump and stuff. And the platforms which we'll build today will be put a platform there and then we'll just turn off the mesh renderer for it. That's one way of doing the game. Okay, and another way is to do it via tile map scrolling platform. Let's have a look at that. Okay, this idea where you go and put it in with repeating tiles and stuff like that and you can jump around, so we'll learn how to do that too. So we do these lessons and you decide how you want to build the game. You'll have both choices available to you, and you can create some pretty good looking game levels using repeatable assets like that. But let's get started. We want to change our screen resolution to 16:9 here under the game tab, and we want to bring in that package. So right click on assets, import package 2D. Alright, bring that in. Alright, I'll click on this. And then you get this screen like this, which brings all the stuff in. We've got the animations for the robot boy jump. You'll eventually replace these with your own. There's a controller that runs these animations. You'll learn how to make those. And then there's a bunch of prefabs that we can build the colliders with and the platforms and stuff. So click import and it'll bring it all in. No, it's a package. You bring it in, you get them for free. Yep. So you right click and any Unity will have it up after about 4.6, I think it was. Alright, I'm going to blast a student right now. So alright, so now, well, it takes a while. Let's review what we're going to do next, just while we're waiting for that bit. We're going to bring in the character first. It's called Character Robot Boy. And it has all the bits in it. And I'll give you a quick overview of the animation controller and stuff. But it's driven by a system called Mechanim. And I'll just show you how it works. So if you get to this point here, great. Go to Standard Assets. One's a bit laggy. Come on. 2D. Prefabs, and this is all the stuff we'll use today to get the game up and running really quickly. Alright, so we've got our character robot boy. We'll drop him in the scene there and then drop in a platform just underneath him because otherwise he's going to fall straight away. So grab maybe the thick platform here. Where's my robot boy? Oh, he's right over there. Make sure it's in the screen view. Alright, like that. Alright, and then hit play. And you now have a character that idles and can jump and can run as well. Maybe make a bigger platform. Just get rid of that platform, put a wide one in. Alright, so I can run and I can do all this, and you guys will eventually replace these assets with your own and probably not adjust the controller because it works just fine, thank you very much. So let's have a look at the way that it's working under the hood. I'll click on Character Robot Boy, and on its list of components is an animator. We saw the animator come up when we animated the Flappy Bird, but this has got something new, which is a character controller. So let's have a look at that. You double click on that, and I'll just try and maximize it as much as I can. As an entry point, this is a state-driven system. Okay, it goes from one state to another. So watch what happens when I move around. Oh, I've got to click on the thing first to give it context. At the moment it's idling. I'll go to move, it'll walk, and it'll go to a run once the speed gets up. And then it'll flick back to walk, then idle. Okay? So these things are based on decisions here in the inspector. This one's based on a condition that says, go from idle to walk if my speed is greater than 0.1. And then once I'm in the walk state, go from walk to run if my speed is greater than 0.1. What was that one? 0.01. And then 0.1. Okay, so we can get a bit of a run up, and oh, I died. Okay, and it'll do those. So these are all animations. Let's have a look at them. Double click on this. Down here. No model is available for preview. Please drag a model into this preview area. We drag it over like this. And then we can have a look at it. It's only 2D, so we've got to swing around like that. We hit play. And that's its idle. So you guys will probably just have a standing frame out of your 2D your drawing class. Walk. Cool. You guys are learning how to make these animations. Run. You might not have run. We'll just go with a walk. Cool. And then crouch as well. You probably just have a jump, I'm thinking. Crouch to get under things. A special condition for that. And there's a crouching walk. Oh, cool. Where's the jump? Oh, the jump is over here. Here we go. So what this is saying is on any state, doesn't matter what, these are all states, whether I'm idling, walking, crouching or whatever, I can, as long as I'm standing on the ground, I can jump. Well, what this is saying is that if I'm not on the ground anymore, I'm in the jump frame. Wait for it. It does the jump there. I might just go to the jump itself. Oh, it's going to be too confusing. Oh, what I'll do instead is I'll just grab the character's jump. Where is it? Jump. Interesting it's doing this way. It's doing like part jumps. So I'll just cycle through it this way. Jump, 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 jump. I wouldn't do it that way. I'd make a jump animation. But I guess it's doing it in segments so that it can stop at any point in time. But you guys will do a jump frame like that. Cool. So we've got this state machine that basically works out based on speed and whether we're on the ground or not. We will use this and we'll replace the graphics with our own. The next step you want to do is actually put in a walkable platform. So let's go do that. I'll get rid of the animator. So grab another platform. This one here is a particularly good one. So drop that in. And then we want to go in and lock it in place. So you just use the V tool. So with the W key pressed or tapped, so I can move around. So you've got the up, down, left, right gizmo. Hold the V key and wave it over, keep the V key held down, wave it over a vert, and as long as you click inside the box that's active and it goes yellow, snap it to that one there. Alright? And also, let's go chuck in the kill floor as well. Kill floor is kill zone here, drag and drop it in. Alright, zoom out to see where it is, put the kill zone around about like there. So that covers as far as it could possibly jump. Okay, hit play. You can jump around, and then if I hit die, it resets me. I can run up here, jump, Alright, get it to that point. I'm going to pause the video and then we'll go from there. I'm running a bit fast, but I want you guys to get through this as quickly as possible. So the next bit we want to do is to look at the dock. We've got that sorted. The camera doesn't follow around, so let's go and add that. And it's a script sitting under Standard Assets 2D Scripts. So go to your game, find the camera so that's selected, go to down here in your project, Scripts, and drag 2D or camera 2D follow over here onto your camera, or just drop it up on your camera up here. Okay, and it will look for a particular target. We've got to tell it about character robot boy. Let's just drag and drop them into there. Okay, and let's go rename character robot boy player right now, because we'll need that for scripts later. Okay, so the camera you've added from the Standard Assets 2D Scripts folder, camera 2D follow. Alright, and now what will happen is as I play it, the camera will follow around with a bit of startup lag and stuff like that, so it looks nice and natural. Cool, and now it's starting to look like a platformer. Alright, so your main camera, scripts, Standard Assets 2D Scripts, camera follow. There's other ones there, experiment with them. You might find one that works better than that. I've just gone with the first one just for the sake of demonstration. The next bit we want to add, I'm saying adjust your camera speed based on the dampening and look ahead factor and stuff to suit. So you just play around with that till you get something you like. Or you might not even like that camera, you might pick another one. We want to add the extents to the left and right, and they're already available as a prefab as well. So we zoom out on our scene, we go to prefabs, find the extents left, drag that over here. That's as far left as I want to go. I might extend that all the way up using a scaler, and extents right, that's as far as I want to go over here. Extend that all the way up. Okay, and now I play it. And I'll go up here, and that's as far as I can go. Cool. And eventually we turn all these off, right? We just draw other better graphics over the top. I'll jump, big jump, hit the wall, fall down to my death. Okay? So, while we're at this point here, just make a little platform, because we're going to put some coins on and stuff. Just go ahead and make something that's sort of fun. You can test stuff with, like test a jump there, and then maybe make a platform there. That sort of thing. I'll just do a quick one. We don't have one-way platforms yet. I will sort that out soon. So if I go put a platform here, for example, where is it? I'll just put it above his head. It blocks your head. Okay, I definitely want one-way platforms. The idea is that what's happening now is that as we go up, the head collider, you can have a look at it here, player, it's got a ceiling check. Essentially what you want to do is when you have up force, you can measure that with your velocity, turn off your head collider, and then it's only when you go down that the head collider's turned off, and theoretically you should be able to go through. Well, let's just try it. I'm keen to see if that even works. No, there's also the ground checks getting in the way, so there's a whole bunch of different things need to be checked there. I'll come up with a solution for that later. Alright, so now you should have something like this. Let's go to maximize and see what we got. You got a bit of a platformer going on. I can't get to those. What's the secret? I'll go this way. Okay, cool there. Bit of skill required. I'm getting there. Whoops. So I'm having trouble with that, so I might want to adjust it for the player just to make it a bit easier. And platformers is also, you know, teaching the player to deal with your difficulty level, so make it a bit easier to start with and then make it harder and harder as they go. Otherwise players just get turned off straight away. Oh, I still can't make it. Run, leap. Alright, it's probably a little bit high. Let's get rid of this collider, I don't want that one anymore. Cool. Great. and I'm just going to stop this video here because that's working pretty well, and I'll make a new one so this can go up on the G drive for other people to use. Save the scene as level 1. And while you're at it, you might as well add it to the build settings. File, build settings, add open scene. And we know that anything in the build settings actually gets built out to the final game. So I'll stop the video.